In a small town in Indiana lived a boy named Jake. At 14, he was smart enough to ace his classes, but just lazy enough to not even try. His favorite activities: sleeping in, endlessly scrolling on his phone, and uttering his life's motto, "I'll do it tomorrow." Of course, for Jake, tomorrow never seemed to arrive. Jake's parents were the opposite. His father left at the crack of dawn for a grueling construction job, and his mother worked late shifts at the local grocery store. They often told him, "Discipline is what builds a future, Jake." He'd nod along, but in his mind, he figured life had a way of just sorting itself out. No effort required. At school, it was the same story. Jake scraped by with passing grades. His teachers saw his potential, but his homework was consistently late, and his mind was always somewhere else. His friends were just like him. They'd laugh, skip practice, and waste their days away. Jake went along with it, believing this was what freedom felt like. He couldn't have been more wrong. One summer, everything changed. Jake's father injured his back on the job and was forced to stay home for weeks. Suddenly, money was incredibly tight. The little luxuries disappeared. No more eating out. Lights were turned off early to save on the bill. Jake could hear the quiet, anxious whispers between his parents. For the first time, he felt a deep sense of unease. It wasn't physical discomfort. It was a nagging feeling in his gut. One afternoon, his father asked for help cleaning the garage. Jake grumbled and complained, dragging his feet and doing a sloppy job. His father watched him, his expression unreadable. Then he said something that would echo in Jake's mind forever. "Son, laziness doesn't hurt you today. It mortgages your future, and the interest is brutal." That night, sleep wouldn't come. Jake lay in bed, his father's words replaying over and over. For the first time, he truly pictured his future, and what he saw terrified him. A man with no skills, no discipline, no direction. Just an older version of the boy who always said, "I'll do it tomorrow." The next morning, something inside him had shifted. Jake woke up early. Not because someone told him to, but because he chose to. He made his bed. He helped his mom in the kitchen before she left for work. It felt awkward, almost unnatural. That's the thing about discipline at first. It always feels like a restriction, not a release. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Jake started small. He set tiny, achievable goals. Finish all homework before dinner. Wake up just 1 hour earlier. Practice basketball for 30 minutes every single day. Limit his phone time too, after his work was done. There were days he failed, days he wanted to give up and crawl back into his old, comfortable habits. But then he'd remember his father's words, and the terrifying image of his future self. And he'd push through the discomfort. The change didn't go unnoticed. His teachers saw his focus sharpen. His grades climbed from barely passing to B's, then A's. His confidence, once buried under layers of apathy, began to shine through. He tried out for the basketball team again. He wasn't the most naturally gifted player, not by a long shot, but he was the most disciplined. He outworked everyone. Years later, Jake stood on the stage at his high school graduation, his diploma in hand. He scanned the crowd and saw his parents, their faces beaming with a pride that words couldn't capture. Jake wasn't the valedictorian. He wasn't the star athlete. But he had cultivated something far more valuable, something that would carry him through life: self-discipline. He learned the lesson that so many of us learn too late. Motivation is a spark. It comes and goes. Discipline is the engine. It keeps you moving forward even when the spark is gone. And it's discipline that truly, fundamentally changes lives. So if you're watching this right now and you feel lazy, if you know you're wasting time, if there's a voice inside you saying you're capable of so much more, remember Jake's story. You don't overhaul your life in a single day. You change it by making one disciplined choice, and then another, and another, and another, every single day, from lazy to focused, from average to unstoppable. Your future isn't tomorrow. Thanks for watching.